Okay, so what if the whole goal wasn't to plan your next escape from your job, but instead to build up so much power that you could choose to stay, but completely on your own terms? Today, we're going to dive into a totally new way of thinking about your career that does exactly that.
I think we've all been there, right? You're good at your job, the pay might be fine, but there's this little voice in the back of your head, this nagging feeling that you're kind of stuck, that your options are shrinking. That feeling can turn a pretty good job into a major source of anxiety. But what if you could actually measure it and then manage it?
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about the modern worker's trap. Then we'll look at a new way to calculate your escape possibility. We'll break down something called your freedom index, see how an AI copilot fits in, and finally, really unpack the power of staying because you want to, not because you have to.
All right, let's start right there with that feeling. You know the one. It's the Sunday scaries hitting extra hard. It's that slow creep of burnout. Or just that quiet question you ask yourself, is this it? Well, that right there is the modern worker's trap.
And you see, the real weight isn't always the work itself. It's a psychological pressure of feeling like you have no other choice. When you feel like you have to be there, every little frustration, every bad day feels 10 times worse. It's that lack of choice, that lack of mobility, that builds the cage around you.
So how do you actually break out of that mindset? Well, you have to shift from feeling trapped to actively, intentionally building your own freedom. And that brings us to this brand new concept, a system designed not to help you find a new job, but to help you calculate and grow your freedom exactly where you are right now. It's called a freedom state maintenance system. The best way to think about it is like a personal operating system for your career. Its whole purpose isn't to find you a different job. No, its job is to constantly measure your escape possibility, your power of choice, and then help you make it stronger day by day. And look, this is probably the most important part to get. This isn't about rage applying to a dozen jobs on a Tuesday night. It's about empowerment. The real goal is to build up a position of strength, a state where you know, with total confidence backed by data, that you could walk away tomorrow if you really wanted to. And the crazy part is, having that power is often the very thing that makes you want to stay. Okay, but how on earth do you measure something as, abstract as freedom? Well, this system tries to do it with one single, really powerful number, your freedom index. It's all about making that intangible feeling totally tangible. So here's how it works. Your total freedom score is made up of 5 key areas. Now, the biggest piece of the pie, at 30%, is your financial runway. But look at how important these other things are. Your skill mobility and the strength of your network are huge factors too. Let's quickly break down what these mean. Think of them as your freedom levers. Runway is simple. It's your financial safety net. How many months could you get by with zero income? Skill mobility is all about how valuable your skills are out there. Can you easily take what you know and apply it somewhere else? Network is who you know. Who could you call tomorrow for a lead or just some good advice? Income diversity means not putting all your eggs in one basket. You got a side hustle, a little freelance work, and finally, time autonomy is how much control you have over your own schedule. Every single one of these is a lever you can pull to boost your freedom. And what the system does is it boils all of that down to something super simple, like this. A clear score, 63 out of 100, and a status. Now, 63 isn't terrible, but that partial freedom state label, that's a really clear signal telling you, hey, there's some work to do here. You can build up more resilience. But look, a score is just a score, right? It's what you do with it that matters. And this is where the system gets really smart. It stops being just a diagnostic tool and becomes your personal AI career copilot designed to help you take real action. So imagine your AI copilot just hitting you with this, some clear, direct feedback. It's not judging you. It's being a strategic partner. It's pointing out your vulnerabilities before they become a real problem. And then, and this is the really cool part, it gives you a clear path forward. It doesn't just say, hey, go learn stuff. It gives you a specific action and even tells you the projected impact. Do this, and your skill mobility score could jump by 18%. It turns that vague career anxiety into a simple, actionable to-do list.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. This brings us to maybe the most powerful feature of the whole thing, something that feels like it's straight out of a video game, the exit simulation. It lets you ask that ultimate,
what-if question. You hit the button and boom. Based on everything, your savings, your skills, your network, and what the job market looks like right now, it gives you a number, 72%. For some people, that's a green light. For others, that's a serious wake-up call that they need to work on their freedom index. And it doesn't just stop there. It gets even more specific. It shows you, visually, how long your financial runway would last if you quit today, say 5.2 months. But then it shows you the impact of your choices. See, just adding one new income source could stretch that survival period all the way to 8.5 months. Now you're making informed decisions. So you see, the big takeaway here is that a tool like this does so much more than just track some numbers. By giving you a crystal clear picture of your options, it completely changes the relationship you have with your work. This slide really says it all. Think about it. The way we do things now with LinkedIn or job boards, it's all reactive. You use them when you're already unhappy, when you're already looking to leave. A freedom state system is proactive. It's about constantly managing your options so you can show up to your current job from a position of strength, not one of desperation. And really, that's what this is all about. The scores, the charts, the AI recommendations, they're all just tools. The real product, the thing you're actually getting, is the psychological shift. It's that deep, powerful feeling of knowing, I am not tied down here. I am choosing to be here. So yeah, you could call this a career management tool, but honestly, that doesn't really do it justice. It's so much more than that. It's a system for actively maintaining a state of freedom. And that freedom, that's what lets you be more creative, more engaged, and maybe even happier in the job you already have. Which kind of leaves us with one last question for you. You might not have an exact number, but just take a second to think about it. Right now, in your career, what's your freedom score? How much real choice do you have? And what's maybe one small thing you could do this week to nudge that score just a little bit higher?